Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Sydney Goes to China. Today I'm taking you around my hometown, Hong Kong. As you would have seen from our previous videos, I come from a family that loves to eat. Growing up, my family was never into trendy or social media driven restaurants, but we were always looking out for the best local finds, focusing on traditions and quality. Come with me and I'll show you the top 8 classic Hong Kong bites and where locals really go to eat them. First up, let's get some Hong Kong-style French toast. Hidden away in an unassuming cooked food center, Shui Ki has been serving breakfast for the neighborhood for over 60 years. French toast, or Western toast, was brought to Hong Kong during the colonial period, but of course, Hong Kongers put their own twist on it. While French toast is usually fluffy and thicker, topped with maple syrup or fresh fruits, Hong Kong's version is usually thinner and more crispy. But different restaurants will put different fillings or have their own style. But I've always loved Shui Ki's take on it. It's covered with the right amount of condensed milk and butter so it's never too sickly sweet. They're also famous for their bottled milk teas and corned beef buns. Give them a try next time you're around. Next up, wonton noodles. As one of Hong Kong's representative dishes, there's a lot of debate about what makes a good bowl of wonton noodles. Hidden away in an alleyway in central, Mak An Zhong Ki, opened by the eldest son of the Mak An family, who you may have heard of, is super underrated. But to me, it's the best bowl of wonton you can find. Skin is always soft, thin but tight, filling is made of marinated shrimp only, noodles always cooked to perfection, and the soup, made of flatfish, is sweet and fresh. I'd love to take a sip of the soup before I start eating, and then slowly savor the noodles and the wonton, and then of course finish up all the soup at the end. Third stop, we're going to Tin Hau for beef brisket noodles in clear soup. Getting these noodles is a childhood memory of mine, as it was always a treat for my dad. The main difference between clear soup beef brisket noodles and normal ones is, well, the soup and the cut of the beef. Different restaurants have their own style in the soup, and my favorite is from 8 Treasures. They have a variety of different beef cuts on offer. And point end beef brisket being the most scarce cut, it's a cut high in fat and tendon. I personally like the skirt steak cut, a bit more lean but rich in flavor. 8 Treasures soup is intense with medicinal herbs and spices. It's sweet and never too greasy, and I always find myself craving it. A Hong Kong food tour would not be complete without our famous roast meats, and the best part of it all is roast goose. My hands down favorite place is Sunu Hung. Located in Yuen Long, it is a bit of a trek to get there, but really it's worth it. This joint has been a staple for the last 20 years, and my dad has been taking us here for as long as I can remember. Our family is really picky about our roast meats. We're not fans of heavy sauces and prefer to taste the meat's original flavors and juices. In other words, yun zup yun mei. My favorite part of the roast goose is their focus on delivering that crispy skin, tender meat, all the while letting that freshness to come through. Pair roast goose with lai fun, it will soak up any excess grease, making it the perfect combo. For char siu, Sun Guai Hang in Chai Wan is a spot I always end up craving. It's a small takeaway joint that specializes in roast meats, but for me, it's the char siu that really stands out. I mean, just look at this glisten. Even the customer on the other side of the table asked to take a photo of it. Order lai pai and ask for half fat, half lean for the best cut. It's crispy on the skin, tender with a good mix of meat and fat, and the marinade is well balanced so you can still taste the sweetness of the pork itself. It was so good that we ordered a second round. There's limited seating at the store though, so be prepared you might have to wait a bit. Moving on to desserts, and one of my favorite things in the world, the pineapple bun. We'll be venturing into the lovely neighborhood of Happy Valley for this. I am so picky with pineapple buns. For me, it's important that the top crust is crispy but never flaky, and I like it to stick onto the bread in every single bite. I also prefer buns that are fluffy but also dense enough so that I don't feel like I'm just eating air. Chungking Coffee House not only transports you back into an 80s movie, but they have one of the best pineapple buns in town. The top crust is golden and crispy, the bun is soft, and look, literally no crumbs left. Next up, we have the humble egg tart. It's so trendy right now with sourdough versions and creative fillings, but as a local Hong Konger, I am still a loyal fan to the classic egg tart, and in particular the cookie crust type. Just around the corner from the famous bakehouse in Causeway Bay is one of my favorite bakeries, Lucky Star. There was a queue to eat inside that day, so I decided to get it for takeaway. But when I got to the front of the queue, oh my goodness, the original egg tarts were all sold out. But rest assured, they told me that they will be available again in 15 minutes, so I waited patiently and got my goods. I got both the original and the pandan flavor, and even got a pineapple bun to try. The original egg tart is just so good. Crunchy, thin crust with a creamy and rich in flavor filling. Yep, still my favorite. I tried the pandan one, well, not sure it's really my thing, but the pineapple bun was also delicious. And last but not least, the famous Hong Kong egg waffle. Inside this unassuming Indonesian market is Master Mowkey. They originated in Shau Kee Wan and recently opened a new shop here in Causeway Bay. I like my egg waffles crispy and light, and I always opt for the classic one. Master Mowkey's egg waffle is not super dense and has a fluffier middle, and I love that because it means I can eat the whole thing without feeling too full. There are so many great egg waffle joints around Hong Kong though, like the OG Mammy Pancake, they never disappoint too. Okay, now I'm getting hungry, so that's it for now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.